last time we had a presser here, I think it was after a pretty strong spray from you. Results haven't picked up since then, but do you feel like performance and attitude has?
I think everyone's playing really hard. Obviously we're all trying to win. There's no knock there. The execution hasn't been great at times, and we've obviously leaked too many points on the defensive end. But the effort's in the right place, and we're coming together as a group in trying to achieve that goal. Obviously there's been some rotation changes. We just want people on the floor that are just getting the job done.
What's the feeling amongst the group heading into a big 3 games over the next week?
Oh, obviously we've got to win. There's no excuses now. It's not looking ahead and looking at the schedule and what matchup. We just need wins in all forms.
The confidence still there?
Yeah, for sure. We've had some really good practices in the last couple of weeks. We didn't get the result against United, but we saw some really good patches, and I'm not into the moral victories thing, but we did play better basketball at times on the offensive end, and there's some encouraging signs, but at the end of the day, we need the win, or it doesn't mean a lot.
When you've got results not going your way and you're down the bottom of the ladder, how do you make sure that you don't go, oh, well, this season's really right on? How do you keep everyone motivated, particularly when you've got a lot of guys who are potentially coming?
I think it's until you're mathematically out, there's no reason to quit. I don't see the quit from anybody. We haven't seen any signs of that. And if you're not playing for wins, then you're playing for yourself, you're playing for your pride, you're playing for your club, you're playing for everything. Even if we're knocked out, I don't expect anyone to turn around and go, all right, I'm going to give up on the season. And until we get to that point, we won't talk about it as a group because we still feel like we can win games.
Had a couple of changes behind the scenes and assistant coaches this week. Does that mean different guys step up, and what does that mean?
Yeah, obviously new voices in the group and a somewhat new direction, but we haven't reinvented the wheel offensively. We've still got some of the stuff we're running, so it's not like we're introducing new sets and everybody's rattled by that. We've got some continuation, and guys have been running the same stuff all year. So we just want to win. As I said, that's what everybody wants: coaches, players, everybody.
How's Scotty's messaging changed since he's been senior coach? Is he more of a harshing taskmaster? Is he less sort of getting around the boys? What sort of guy is he as a head coach?
Oh, I think he's fairly similar. The message is not a ton of, analytical, like, let's talk about this for 30 minutes. It's more just like, let's break down the basics of why we haven't had success. And a lot of that is, effort, but at the same time, it's just technique. Maybe it's defensively, maybe it's just rebounding, pushing the ball, little things that we maybe haven't been locking down on, and it's hurting us. But it's not really come out in a bunch of rah-rah. It's just play hard, and if it's not, then I've got to sit you down.
A couple of close games against the Bullets so far this year. What do you guys have to do, on Sunday to get over the line?
We've got to stop some of their main guys, obviously. We had a really fast start in Brisbane round 1, and we started really well, and then they had a massive run. We've got to cut that run in half. They're a good team. They're going to score some points, but we felt like we played really well for the majority of the game. Just had a really poor patch there, and it hurt you.
Talking about wins and how much you do that, can you identify exactly what it is? Do you feel like it's something different every single week, or is it just one thing that's
without sounding silly, obviously we've got to put the ball in the basket more. We haven't done that consistently, and defense of that then affects our defense. At the beginning of the year, our half-court defense was really, really solid. The numbers were there, the analytics were there, we were good. But when you don't score the ball, it puts so much pressure on your defense, and then over the course of 4 quarters, obviously that's a war by the time you get to the end of the game. So, we know we've got to score more efficiently, but we've had some better games. Now we've just got to fix the other end, and once that comes together, we'll find some W's.
being in games and then losing them? How do you handle that frustration? I guess as a leader, how do you bring the boys together to get through those moments of frustration in games?
Yeah, I think it's just we've had some encouraging signs and we've played some really good patches. I feel like I've been saying that a lot, but it's the truth. We have. We've had some really good patches of basketball, and then we have one quarter where it's a letdown. We're playing professional basketball in one of the best leagues that I've ever played in. You can't do that. You can't have a really bad quarter. So you can have a couple minutes where you're average, but we just got to fix those runs and we've got to keep scoring the ball.
What was the fallout within the 4 walls of your message to the group a few weeks ago? I know on the broadcast, I can't remember who it was, said that they were saying Mitch had gone viral and sort of making a bit of fun of it, but what was the fallout?
No fallout. You know, we're all men at the end of the day. So, you know, we're just talking honestly, and I'd encourage anyone, if anybody has feelings and they need to talk about something, say it. You know, it doesn't have to be obviously out on the practice court, but this is our sanction. If you need to say something on the court, say it. We'll talk about it. And if we need to have a private conversation, we'll talk about that too. So everybody has that right to open their mouth and say what they need to say. And then if it's wrong, we'll talk about that. If it's right, we need to take that and move on.